This week, our beautiful sun is activating gate 51 in the I Ching and gene keys. This frequency is activating a genetic codon within all of us that is stimulating our consciousness field theme for the next 6 days. The transformational path of this frequency moves from agitation to awakening, and it's via the path of initiative. Gate 51, this energy is a big player when it comes to Mercury retrograde that we're in right now. Chiron, the wounded healer, has been transiting this degree point since July of last year. Hopefully this video gives you some tips on how to heal yourself and raise your vibration. This energy, this frequency, has the potential for sudden awakening, but it seems to be dormant most of the time. Let's take a deeper dive to better understand this frequency, this energy from within us. The shadow of agitation. Agitation is something that is always present, but is only when you start really looking within, you start to realize the depth of your agitation. It's kind of like when you first try to meditate. What a shock it is. You realize how chaotic and busy the mind is. It's not as if when you first close your eyes and get relaxed that everything is suddenly easy, calm, and relaxed inside. You then realize the truth and how crazed the mind is, how it goes from one thought to the next, never giving you a break. Now, if you're brave enough and stay with the process and explore deeper, you will find that the same frequency also exists in your emotional system, your inner world. After some time, you're going to hit one of these inner walls of anxiety and fear. And we don't really know what it is. It seems to be primal in its origin. And it comes in like a wave, and you could sit with it and sit with it and sit with it, and it's just there. It runs deep. It takes real courage to allow it and face it. This inner darkness is part of our humanity that we are here to explore. When we say that every shadow has a gift, it may sound simple, but in reality, the process to get to the gift is intense, and not everybody is ready for it. This gene key, this I Ching and its shadow can give you good tips on how to overcome the shadow and its discomforts in the body. The dilemma of the 51st shadow frequency is harshness. When we meet discomfort, our immediate pattern is of harshness. We meet it with harshness. At the shadow level, we react one out of two ways. We either turn and run by distracting ourselves, run into denial in some way and repress the pattern, or try to fix it, correct it. We tense up and then we go to therapy or yoga or some other modality. It's a natural human response. It's normal to just want to be free of it. This gene key, this I Ching, teaches us how to turn this shadow into our advantage instead of becoming a victim of it. There are two ways through this dilemma of harshness. You either wait it out by sitting and watching the pattern, like in meditation, you outwait the pattern. You observe it, and you observe yourself observing it. And you will watch the mind struggle and struggle and struggle until one day it finally gives up and the sun comes out and you are through. This is the Buddha's approach. And there's another approach, which is the core process of this gene key, the 51st gene key, which is creativity. You use the energy and direct it outward in a creative direction. You will see what this looks like when we get to the gift. For now, we need a deeper clarity into the nature of this shadow. Let's look at the shadow in a relationship. Relationships also play out this agitation. Two wounded humans come together and fall in love. And let's just say they get married. And after the honeymoon stage is over, the chemistry of agitation starts coming up to the surface. Because of its deep rootedness, it will always come up to the surface. And now you have two states of agitation interacting with each other. It takes a lot to ride the wave of agitation and stay together. If you haven't faced and transmuted this shadow from within you, you will most likely project it onto your partner, and they will do the same. And we all know what kind of mess that causes. And it's mostly because we resort to harshness. We snap at each other. And then we feel guilty because we were harsh. and then we internalize it even more. Now let's take a pause as I introduce a new idea to the mix. The 51st frequency is very powerful. It is represented in the original I Ching as sudden flashes of thunder and lightning. So it can be both disturbing and bring huge possibilities by it. The idea that I'd like to bring forth is that agitation is not just inside, it can also be brought upon us from the outside. It comes from the cosmic frequencies. The planets activate these frequencies from within us. For example, right now, Chiron, the wounded healer, the asteroid, has been activating this particular frequency within all of us since July of last year. The North Node of Destiny, I believe, it's in Gate 51, this frequency now. I believe it entered January, February of this year. And we're in the age of Aquarius. It's here. It's upon us. The age of remembering who we truly are to help us transcend. Behind agitation, there's great potential and light, and it can be instant. It all depends how you handle it. So watch yourself carefully. In times of intense change, the quality most needed is gentleness. You will see this at the gift. The gift is something that you claim. It doesn't just happen to you. We must move towards the light as well as it coming down into us. The 51st gift, the way to raise the vibration, is with initiative. Sometimes, in order to understand the gift, we need to first look at the city, the highest frequency, to get an understanding of the direction of the energy as a pointer of direction. The transformational path of the 51st gene key, I Ching, moves from agitation to awakening. So how do we make the big leap? How do we make the transition? They seem to be worlds apart. So let's picture an hourglass. On one end of the hourglass, you have the shadow. On the other end, you have the city, the highest frequency. And in the middle, you have the narrow neck of the gift. So from the shadow, you appear to be locked into the glass, trapped in an endless cycle of agitation. From the other end, the city, the highest frequency, time itself dissolves. There's no end. The sand goes on for eternity. What is interesting is that the two places where the path to awakening are the same for everyone is the shadow and the city. They're the same for everyone. It is only unique in the middle, at the gift. Obviously, I'm speaking metaphorically to give you an image for your mind to play with. So when you're experiencing the shadow of agitation, no matter who you are, it's the same. It is uncomfortable, it's persistent, it's human suffering. We're born into it. From the other end, from awakening, it's also the same. It's freedom. It's the same freedom as the other person. No matter how they got there, no matter the city it enters through, the language or no language they choose to form their awakening with, they're all identical. They're all the same. What a beautiful symmetry. Both the shadow and the city, the highest frequency, are the same for all of us. What about the gift? Well, the gift is the path. It's the narrow path in the hourglass. It's your path. It's unique to you. It's your path through your suffering. It hasn't been walked before. You are a unique expression of Source. And that's why we can only have guides, no teachers, because even they can be a distraction. And that's why the gift is called initiative. You need to break new grounds. Every gift is creative and original. The great Buddha is an indicator of truth. He's here to inspire us, to encourage us. But can he lead us? I say no. No external teacher can lead you on your path. The programming partner of Gate 51 is Gate 57. And Gate 57 is personal intuition. The 51st gift is all about courage and trust at the path in front of you. Step by step trusting, moment by moment trusting your intuition. For example, the gene keys, the I Ching, they're not a path. They are providing you a layout of the matrix and a mirror. The path is for you to take. The 51st gift is an invitation for each of us to take the initiative to go on our unique journey of awakening. There are no teachers, only fellow travelers. There are indicators, and gentleness is one of them. So trust the divine within you. The 51st city, the highest frequency, awakening. Awakening can be described in many words and has many layers. But the most important quality is gentleness, softness. Awakening is a series of softenings as the identity dissolves gently. Your awareness expands as your heart and mind become softer and more open. I empower you this week to create space, get to higher awareness, notice your thoughts, feel all the sensations fully that come up in the body. This week, we might meet intense change, shocking events that might bring up agitation and discomfort in the body. Honor your human. Be gentle, be loving, be kind to yourself. Be blessed.